Join me as we continue to relitigate all the drama of Doom Eternal critics, and let's talk about what so many people got wrong about the weak point system. I'm drawing a distinction between people who just don't like the game and those who think it's a bad game. People are free to like and dislike what they want, I don't care, but the ones who proclaim Eternal is a bad game will commonly point to the weak point system and say that it creates a prescribed method of play that squashes creativity. They'll say they feel forced to target enemy weak points and that there's one objectively better way to kill enemies, and that's one-dimensional. Let's get the Spirit and Bloodmaker out of the way first. Yes, these enemies are exactly that. The Spirit can only be killed with the microwave beam, and the Bloodmaker, while technically defeatable in other ways, very strongly pushes you into precision headshots. These are DLC enemies not found in the campaign. Some people like them, some don't. I'm not including them in this conversation, because the complaints about Doom Eternal forces me to play one way already existed before them. So let's get to the weak point system in general. The first two weak points are presented in the first level, the Arachnotron turret and the Cacodemon mouth. Turrets and other metal weak points like them can be broken many ways. Precision bolt mod of the heavy cannon, sticky bomb, the ballista, fully charged heat blast, explosive barrel, blood punch, lots of options. But the first time you come up on him, all you have is the shotgun and two weapon mods, full auto and sticky bomb. So obviously you're gonna see this pop-up tutorial showing you how to break the weak point, and you're gonna use the sticky bomb to do it. id Software was betting on this being a fun thing to do, because of course it is. What Doom player isn't excited by actually being able to knock off an Arachnotron turret? I think you'd have to be crazy to not find that cool. And why wouldn't you want that to have a tangible benefit? I think a lot of the "I don't like being forced to shoot enemy weak points" comments come from people who just inexplicably don't think it's fun to do that and have some weird grudge against the game. Not so much from a genuine belief that they feel forced to do it. 'Cause yeah, of course targeting and breaking weak points is fun, and if you don't think that's fun, even ignoring it won't make you have fun, because you probably hate a dozen other things about the game anyway, be honest. You probably have a seizure every time you see a spinning fire pole and go on Twitter to scream about it. But the question is, are you forced to target weak points? And if you aren't, but you feel pressured to target them, why is that? With the idea being that breaking weak points is part of the fun of the game, of course they're going to put you into pressure situations early that make you want to try that out. The developers don't want new players completely overlooking an important part of the combat loop. They were hoping that if you do this, you'll say, "Oh, that's cool," and you'll want to do it more. And they put you up against these enemies that are oppressive, making you see the strategic advantage of targeting their weak points. This applies to the Arachnotron and Cacodemon in level 1. The Cacodemon is hard to take out far away with the heavy cannon, using up a lot of your ammo, and letting him get close to you is essentially a death sentence. So popping a single sticky bomb into his mouth is a great option, since it puts him into a glory kill state. It's ammo efficient, it's easy, and it's fun. But beyond the fact that it's fun to target these two enemy weak points, and that there's a strategic advantage to them, it also plays into the other crucial lesson for success in Doom Eternal: weapon variety. If you feel pressure to target weak points, which only works with certain weapons, you will be conscious of what's in your hands. Maybe you're running around with the heavy cannon, using it to set up glory kills, targeting Arachnotron turrets with the precision bolt mod, and then a Cacodemon shows up, so you switch to the shotgun for the sticky bomb. Or maybe you were using full auto to focus down on Arachnotron with a bunch of damage, and then you see a Cacodemon, so you switch your shotgun mod to sticky bombs and take him out. And right there, you're engaged in what makes so much of this game fun. You're engaging in weapon variety and mod variety because of the weak point system. You're also engaging in it due to the relatively low amount of ammo which you're spreading out across the weapons. So yeah, in the first level or two, you feel pressured to engage in the weak point system because you aren't very powerful yet. That's how they get new players to learn the systems early on. Although you do still have another great option, especially for the Arachnotron, and that's the frag grenade. A grenade toss does good damage, but more importantly puts him into a falter state, leading to an easy full auto kill. But as soon as level 2, you get the blood punch, which breaks metal weak points, and the plasma rifle has the heat blast mod, which also breaks them. You start getting more and more powerful weapons as the game goes on, allowing you to ignore weak points altogether if you want. But still, there are people who look at the opening level's instructional encounters and use them to justify describing the entire game as you have to destroy enemy weak points. Never mind that a single lock-on rocket burst will kill an arachnotron, or a ballista blood punch super shotgun will do the trick too. We know there are many ways to kill these enemies, and all you gotta do is think about your options and pay attention to how enemies are taking damage during the action. Some people just get locked into doing things the first way they learned, especially on the first playthrough. And that's fine as long as they're having fun with it, but that doesn't mean it's the only way to play or that it's even the best way. A great example is the shield guy. They're introduced as being weak to the plasma as a way to get new players to take out that gun more, which will also help spread out ammo. But there are different ways to kill them. The meat hook disables their shields. Explosions over their heads or at their feet will put them in glory kill. It depends on what the best way is to kill them in the moment. No one would ever tell you that the plasma rifle is objectively the best way to kill every shield guy. And that's where the problems arise when people say you have to use the tutorialized weak points in Doom Eternal, especially when the Cacodemon is brought up, which it always is. Yes, the sticky bomb weakness of the Cacodemons is the objectively best way to kill them for 2 levels. 2 levels of 13, as the game is teaching you the very necessary lesson of weapon variety and weapon utility. Then you get more powerful, and more ways of killing them start to emerge, many times better in their own ways, over the sticky bomb. By level 3, you can use a lock-on rocket shot to kill them instantly. You can also use a single rocket that does enough damage to falter them, which sets up a meat hook super shotgun kill. Both of these methods are faster than using a sticky bomb due to the waiting period before the glory kill triggers. You don't always want to wait around in this area for the glory kill, and you may not want to go get a glory kill on a faraway Cacodemon because it might be sitting in a group of dangerous demons that you don't want to jump into. Or you just might not need the health right now. What if you need armor? Level up that meat hook, set up the rocket falter, and the super shotgun kill gives you plus 30 armor points. By the time you get the ballista, you actually have a faster way to put Cacodemons into glory kill. Did you know that a single ballista shot will falter, setting up an easy rocket, and the total damage grants a glory kill? Send the rocket up and follow it with a meat hook, and you've cleared the glory kill sequence in a breeze. Unlock the Arbalist mod and kill a Cacodemon in a single shot, long distance. Unlock the Destroyer Blade and kill 3 Cacodemons at once. Or freeze them first, burn them while you're charging it up, and get 90 armor points while you're at it. Of all the base campaign enemies with a weak point, the Cacodemon is obviously the one with the most powerful and easy weak point to use. But the reason for it being that way is that it's an instructional demon early on, one that guides the player into understanding the theory of problem solving the game is built on, one whose appearance makes you think, oh, I could really use a glory kill, so I'm gonna sticky bomb that Caco and get some health. It plays a role on the chessboard, and how you deal with it expands as your knowledge of the game expands. You might say, well, all those options are still inferior to the sticky bomb kill because they use more ammo in a game where ammo is really limited. And that shows such a massive lack of understanding that it's comical. Not only are you able to max out your ammo capacity upgrades by level 4, there are ammo pickups around the map, and lest we forget there's a recharging chainsaw to give you more ammo. That's a huge part of the combat loop, so anyone who says it's a bad idea to shoot the ballista and rocket launcher at a Cacodemon because they don't have the ammo has either fundamentally misunderstood the game they're playing, or they're so bad at it that they're not ready to develop an opinion on the resource management. And I have a sincere question for people who think the whole weak point system and enemy prioritization thing sucks. Is this sequence of actions really not fun for you? Ballista and precision bolt target of a Revenant's weak points, followed by an up-close super shotgun kill while he's faltered. Blood punch on the approaching Hell Knight, setting up a frag grenade to lock him down with another falter, tag him with a ballista, and the grenade interrupts his leap, setting up a glory kill. Blind remote det falter in case enemies are approaching in front, falter the mecha zombie, and take the chainsaw to collect my thoughts. Head down a level for a quick headshot on a maker drone, monkey bars back up to catch a Mancubus with a remote det falter to set up a free blood punch to break his armor. Second rocket sets up the meat hook super shotgun kill. Turn around and catch the approaching whiplash with microwave beam and toss a frag grenade to lock down, and kill using sticky bombs. That's boring to you? That's prescribed? Because I just see constant strategy, adaptation, variety, and improvisation. The only possible argument I can imagine is it's boring because that's how the game wants you to play. And, well, okay, yeah, I guess you got me there. Well, everyone's getting funneled into a general fun zone as they're learning the game. No one beats Doom Eternal their first time as a master, but spending any bit of extra time in the game has you developing new skills and strategies, and you come to see variety in people's playstyles. I like to use the microwave beam in full auto and remote detonation a lot, and other people don't. People prefer different weapons, or mods, or setups. We're all playing the same game with the same rules, like any game has rules, but we're all expressing ourselves differently. I also think that a lot of this attitude comes from people who don't even play the game, but watch speedrunners. All my respect to speedrunners, I've come to know many of them, their talent is extraordinary. But I don't think you can judge these matters based on how speedrunners play, because that's just a different way to play the game, or to play any game. Why would you judge the value or viability of a strategy based on people who have already memorized everything that's going to happen in the game? That's not how people play. It's hardcore memorization, knowing every major spawn and key demon, clearing every encounter as fast as possible and many times in the same order. They're gonna settle on an efficient meta method that is different from people who just, play the game and try to survive moment to moment. And maybe it just depends on who you watch, because making this video I typed in the names of some well-known players to watch their runs, and I see them killing cacodemons and essentially all demons in a variety of ways, because they're in a flow state. So even on the highest level, you see all kinds of creativity and expressiveness and preferences. I have a question. Is it a bad thing that there's a strategic advantage behind targeting an enemy weapon? Because I figured that would be the point, right? Do you want it to mean nothing? It's not like you can't kill them without doing it, it's not necessary. It's a tactical move you can make to weaken an enemy. If you think that turns the gameplay into something that's prescribed, then do you want weak points to have zero effect on the gameplay? And if so, then why have them at all? Are you saying Doom Eternal's combat loop would be better if you couldn't shoot off the Mancubus cannons? To conclude, there's so much you can do in this game, and so many different kill scenarios that benefit what you need at any time. It's up to you to discover the possibilities and determine what the right call is. The game doesn't have to pause to tell you every single way you can kill enemies outside of targeting the weak points, and if they did do that, it would drive you nuts. But I don't agree that weak points were something they didn't need to tell the players about at all. This was an alien concept to a lot of people. It's a game made for a massive casual audience across all kinds. If they hadn't told people about the weak points, it wouldn't have occurred to a lot of them, and they would have gotten absolutely mauled by the heavy demons early on, and some would have forgotten about the weapon mods altogether. Part of Doom Eternal's main design was that it was made to make people good first-person shooter players. That's why weapon variety and enemy prioritization and resource management are so emphasized. It took a whole generation of people who didn't know how to play these fast-paced shooters, and it made them better. Getting good at Doom Eternal makes you so much better in a lot of other shooters. You'll start playing games differently. Something Ultrakill. Thanks a lot for watching. It's been fun to talk about these old topics again and get this discussion out to new people. I might have one more Doom video in me before I get back to my regularly scheduled programming, so stick around. And check out my official Doom Eternal playthrough if you want to see someone who doesn't necessarily follow the meta and just has a great time.